Hello everyone, today is water pump day on a 5.9 Cummins. So the bearing in the water pump seized up and took the belt out, and being that it got hot like that, you can see the pulleys and stuff are really hot, but I don't know if you can hear that. Can't hardly see anything, but bearings are shot. Belt got hot and melted down the pulley on the tensioner also, so I gotta replace that as well along with the belt. So I'm gonna get the rest of the antifreeze drained out, and then we'll get the water pump on and tensioner off. Alright, it's draining out. Yes, I'm gonna start with the belt tensioner. I think it's gonna be easier to get from underneath. And I grabbed the wrong size wrench. Alright, I got the bolt out for it, and I'm gonna see if I can get lucky and fish it out of here. Without dropping it further. Maybe I can sneak it out the bottom. We'll see. I'll have to fight gravity and go up. That's my original plan anyway, but gravity took effect. There, I got it out. Let's get some light. Yeah, that pulley is shot. Never seen a serpentine belt get hot like that before. First time for everything. Alright, now let's get the actual water pump off. Should take 10mm wrench if I remember right. Never really have much use for these 90-degree spinner things, but worked alright in this application. They don't take a whole lot of torque, so they ain't nothing too heavy duty, but a job like this, after I got the bolts cracked loose, actually worked alright to spin them out of there. So now that the bolts are out, I should be able to somehow finagle the pump out of there. There, just like that, it's out. Yeah, this one was bad in the bearings. To be honest with you, I think this is the first water pump on a 5.9 that I've actually had fail like that in the bearings. Usually the seal starts going and they start leaking out of the weep hole. But I've had bearings go out on water pumps on different engines, but not like this on a 5.9. I'm sure other people have witnessed them failing like this too, but my experience is it's not as common this way. Alright, let's get the new parts installed. Yeah, I thought that impeller looked a little funky there. 4 fins left, supposed to be 5. Let's go fishing. Spotted it easier than I anticipated, which is a good thing. Hopefully it'll, haha, did come out of there. There we go. Yeah, this thing caught some abuse. There's the weep hole. That's it in a new one. But judging by the dirt buildup, I would say that thing's been weeping for a little while. Mustn't have been much, just enough to keep it damp and slowly build up dirt. Wonder how long this pump ran as a failing pump. Let's clean everything up and get it in. Alright, I got the seal in, so let's finagle it back down in there and get it bolted on. I had it in position. Gravity. Well, I got the first bolt started. So let's keep fiddling away. Alright, water pump is in. Now let's get a belt tensioner in. Oh, it even comes with a new bolt. Cool. It's a little beefier this way, width-wise. But it looks like our pulleys line up the same way. The offset is the same, so. Holy cow. I wouldn't believe it if I saw it myself. Made in Canada. Wow. I'm impressed. You know, initially when I saw the black pulley, I just thought, well, it's another plastic part. I didn't make much of it. I was gonna say, well, they spelt China wrong, but then I got to looking. That pulley is magnetic, is metal. Magnet sticks to it. So they did not spell China wrong. Alright, let's see if I can finagle this beefier tensioner in somehow. Yep. Alright, water pump's installed, new tensioner is installed. Now I gotta figure out the fan routing. On the second gens they had fan belt routing right up here on the front clip, but that ceases to exist. So I gotta look that up and figure it out and get it on. Since we're on the subject of fan belts, usually a serpentine belt will fail instantly with a seized bearing. I believe this one slipped for a while because everything was wet with excessive dew in the morning, allowing it to slip easily. As it dried off, it increased the friction, causing the pulleys to receive excessive heat after drying off. That's when the belt tore off and left the chap. Yeah, I need my long ratchet that I got broke. Alright, I think I got all 86.5 miles of fan belt installed. Can't even see, there we go. I think I got it on everything, so all I gotta do is put antifreeze in and start it up. Alright, everything should be on, ready to go. I'm gonna start it up, make sure everything goes good. Alright, I ran it for a while, got some engine temperature coming up, heating the cab, so everything seems to be circulating. I guess I'm gonna wash off the antifreeze mess from the water pump going and what I made working on it. top off fluids, make sure everything's good to go. Catch you guys later. Thanks for watching. See you next time.